Now I've got a great design set here for you cat lovers out there. Now if you've got a printer that prints out large sheets, you can even make a card this size if you want to. Do some fancy paper, do all sorts of things. Anyway, that's if you want to make a really large card. I don't know where you're going to find the envelopes, you'll have to make the envelope as well. You've also got the different sizes here as well, from the very mini ones here. Now you can create all sorts of different projects using these templates, and you can use them in lots of different ways. I'm going to show you 2 ways in this short video. That size we're going to do, and we're also going to do this large one too. Now you can use them singularly, or you can make them so you can bend them over and make a full card. Now in this case, I've stuck this down onto a piece of yellow card here, and I've just used a little bit of masking tape at the top here to hold it in position. Now what you want to do is you need 2 pieces of card to cut this shape out. So there is the first one. I'm going to make a nice big white card, a big white cat. So there's the template. I've cut it out and I've ended up, put that to one side, I've ended up with that template, which is just it's the exact image of the template we've got. But I need to make another for the top of the card, but with a little flap on it that goes underneath. So I'll just pop that to one side for a minute. So how do I make the flap? Well, you take the design that you've got, and then just using a little ruler, or a big ruler if you want, just line this up. I just find it helps if I've got a grid map underneath, and you just want to create a line. Now where this starts bending, you just want to do a straight line from there, like that. And here you can see it bending again, the design again, just do a straight line. Now before you cut the cat out this time, you just want to turn this around, and using a ruler again and an embossing tool, you just want to crease this little bit here. You don't want to cut through this section this time, you just want to leave this flap on here. So I've creased that, and just to remind you not to cut through there, I always start by cutting through the flap section first, like that, and then carry on cutting out the whole of the cat. Once you've cut the cat out, you end up with this here, like this. That cat should be there. That's the template on the top. You can put that to one side and use again. Chucking the cat all over, the tails are getting all hooked up here. So I've got the little tag at the top. I forgot to show you that. Now listen, you've got the little tag at the top there, so it's exactly the same. You just take your ruler. This is crafting on the hoof, this is. You do your ruler across there, and you also cut across there and out. So you're left with the cat there that's got 2 tags, and because you've creased them, they automatically bend over like that. And then you've got the top of the ears there, that bends over. So you get your shaped cat. If there's a little bit here like that, looks a bit, it's a bit sticking out, just trim that with your scissors later. So the back of the card just slips inside those 2 flaps like so. Get this exactly where you want it, and I've got it exactly as I want it there. That's going to fit in there like so, and that fits perfectly. As I say, don't worry if it sticks over, because you're going to trim those later on. So that's the first bit I'm going to stick down. I've got my trusty glue here, and that's going to go down there like that, just a little blob of glue. I love using this glue because it really does stick it fantastically down. That's going to stick down there. You need to hold it for a couple of seconds so it's really holding tightly, and then just a little bit of glue, but be careful because you don't want to glue an area that's not going to that's going to show the glue. So again, I'm just going to break that off. Trying to do this one-handed is a little bit cack-handed. So that's going to stick down there. Now you say, well, that looks a bit of a dog's ear. Well, it's not, it's a cat's ear actually. So just hold that down. Once it's stuck and it's holding tight, I don't have time to wait for that. You see how it overlaps there? Then you just take your scissors and you just follow it round and cut that little flap off there like that so it matches. And the same here, I told you about these 2 little bits here that niggle me. I just want to round that off a little bit so it looks a little bit more. I can do that a little bit more neater. And a little bit there at the bottom, I think. And look at me, Polly Perfect. That's the first. So anyway, you've got the cat there, a nice big white pussy cat that you can decorate up. You can put features on it if you want to. We're just giving you the basic template to make that design. Now there's an alternative you can do. If you've got a design that's small enough to use on a sheet of card that you've got, well then you can use one and cut it all out in one go. So I've cut this one out, and I've just cut it, this came in twos, I just cut one off. Now this is where it's going to crease down here. So again, take your ruler and just lay your ruler on there, and don't forget the ear part. Oh, take it, that's clever, isn't it? I'm using my scalpel. There you go, there's your embossing tool. And just go down the card, because that's where it's going to bend. So then you bend this over like so, like that, crease that down there. Then you don't cut here, you don't cut here, but you do cut the whole thing out, and you start by just following it around, and you're cutting out both pieces of card at the same time. Just down there, but you're not going to sit there and watch me cutting that out. So I've got one here that I have done earlier, and you can see there's the template. That's it. If it opened out, you've got the card like that. That'd be the inside. You can change it around if you want it going that way. You could have one cat going that way, another cat going that way. So you can play around with these templates and use them in lots of different ways. So there's my basic black cat this time. So just using those templates, there's various ways that you can use those. There's the white one, there's the black one. I'm sure you'll have lots of fun creating your own catty creations.